Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 3 of WOR, and this week we're here in Baku. Yes, this one is probably going to get quite chaotic. We'll wait and see as to how things go. If you missed out on last week's video from Kota, that one I would highly recommend going back and checking out. An absolute crazy race from the USA. But championship wise then, as we head towards round 3, we're currently sat P6 after a pretty consistent, quiet but consistent start to the year there. We've got currently AAMEJ, I can never pronounce his name, I apologise, in the McLaren car there. 43 points out in front. Talentless in P2 on 27 before the Williams of Nail there in P3. Then we've got Barry in 4th, Risks in 5th, just ahead of myself there. We are sat on 18 points there with a 6-point gap to Jordan just behind us. So hoping we can try and continue on the good momentum we built up early on this year. I feel like tonight it's going to again be a bit of a race of attrition. Of course, a lot of people here still fairly new to no-line racing, so mistakes can be made. We've just got to keep it clean and tidy and try and once again get to the end with hopefully, you know, another solid points finish. Right, well, it turns out this weekend then, and I didn't realise this, we've actually got a sprint race here in Baku, so it's going to be an even longer evening's worth of racing. Luckily, it doesn't look like we're going to see any rain at all. So yeah, clear running throughout the entire weekend. But we got normal qualifying, 9-lap sprint race, and then the full main event still. So even more to be careful of. Well, to be honest, if I'd known there was a sprint this weekend, I might have done a bit more practice. I only jumped on 15 minutes before this race was meant to be going underway. I've done about 4 laps in practice, so this is probably about to get quite interesting. I feel like Baku, though, is a track that I'm not going to say I'm fairly good at, but I feel like a track that I enjoy racing around, so 35 laps tonight isn't the end of the world, but let's see what we can muster up. Well, heading out then off the final corner to finish off my first run. Barney immediately down into the 139, so that was an incredibly quick lap time based on anything I was able to do in practice. We go across the line, though. Go into P5 there, and there's no way of sugarcoating it. I think that is the slowest car so far, but we're not far away from a couple of other competitors, and there was quite a big mistake on my lap. Well, a little over 10 minutes into the session, then we're going to go out for our second run. Fingers crossed this time round we can find a bit more time. Of course, the big problem we've actually got round here is the ERS usage. You can barely get a lap in, of course, because you have really started the lap down at that final big corner on full hot lap mode, as that is too late into one, and that is immediately going to cost me a lot. Well, despite throwing away such a big chunk of time then in the first sector, or at least down at turn 1 especially, we are still going to find about another 4 tenths as we come out of the final corner. Then, of course, the huge run back up towards the start-finish line. Just want to make sure that we're not clipping down into the less than 5% mark, which we should be okay on. Is this going to promote me up the order much? P8 we'll move up to then, so not too shabby. But we know there's at least another half a second on the table, just through turn 1 and turn 3.
Oh! Nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
I'm on my in-lap. I'm on my in-lap and I've gone and done that. I'm so stupid. Ah, dearie me. Well, after that embarrassment for myself, though, qualifying is done and dusted, and we still ended up P9 there at the end of the session. Feel like like I said, we were probably missing about 6 tenths from not able to get a good lap hooked up, and then, you know, a couple more tenths thanks to track evolution. We could have been close to the front runners there, but luckily we're going to hopefully be starting out of the chaos at the start of this race. I think we'll see what happens. I genuinely have got no idea what to expect. Oh, dearie me, it does reckon it's going to rain. Surely it's not going to rain in a sprint race. Surely it's not going to rain in a sprint race. Please, please don't, EA. I'm begging. I'm absolutely begging there. Has anyone gambled it then onto soft compound tyres if they believe it is going to rain? No. No, in a word. No one believes in it. That's okay. This could be about to get scary, though, here in Baku. Let's try and just keep it clean and tidy at the start. I don't want to do anything stupid like I did in qualifying. I need to find my Zen. McLaren alongside me. Looks like they might have gambled. Yes, they have. That is brave, then. Of course, no formation lap. Let's see what happens. 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go. Of course, as always, I will get a bad start. Whoa, that was close in towards the first corner there as McLaren there will just sweep inside of him once we were ahead of the Red Bull. I'm going to get a little bit of contact in the rear. And we will make it through though, fairly clean and tidy. The first couple of corners, nothing gained, nothing lost. Just look at the gaggle of cars at the front of the field there. Ferrari and Williams duking it out just in front of me as everyone is trying to find space on the opening lap there. But looks like, yeah, with a little bit of bumping and bashing, everyone has just about made it through. Ferrari in front almost finds the Armcos for the next couple of corners. Is that going to allow the Williams an opportunity to get the inside? No, again, just thinks better of it. No, he doesn't. Tries to get to the inside there and contact is made. And we will claim another freebie. Then somehow he saved that. I don't quite know how, but fair play to the Williams. But we're up then into 8th place. Are we going to get any chaos in towards Castle Section lap 1? No. In a word, don't hit that wall map. Don't do what I did in qualifying, please. I'm begging. But we have survived the start then of this sprint. We're up a place as well. But are we going to see any rain? That's the real question.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
That's a good sign. So maybe that McLaren not only had a bad start, but might be in trouble later on in this sprint. So we've got to try and stay close to the Ferrari car out of the final couple of turns. Monitoring the battery usage, though, is going to be key today. Oh, okay. Someone's... I don't know what happened there. But again, we'll claim another freebie then. Don't know if he missed his braking point or there was contact, but we're up another spot. We're into P7 then of this race. As Ferrari there a little bit wide as well. Definitely feel like we're slightly quicker than this guy. But just got to try and keep it tidy. There's another car actually on soft compound tyres up in front. That was very, very wide as well. Not quite the optimal line through there. Oh, there's contact at the road. I think the Haas and our teammate have had a little bit of a collision. So we're trying to get close to this Ferrari car. And unfortunately now he's going to get the DRS off the cars in front of him. That's not done me any favours as we come towards the end of lap 3. We've got the McLaren as well behind, of course, starting on those softs. Still looking very, very quick. A little bit of lag and disconnection going on as well. And what's going to happen then as we head back down towards someone there? Haas car going to sit defensive from the Ferrari. Our teammate, I think, has got to peel into the pit lane there, so definitely picked up some damage. I think we've just kind of got to wait in the wings at the moment there as Haas car runs very, very wide in towards Salmon. Make sure we give him the room. Into P5 then of this race, but McLaren's still behind us looking quick. We've got to try and latch on to the Ferrari still as Talentless and Barney, I'm guessing, are battling in the podium. Oh, looks like someone has been in the castle. And we got a safety car. Okay, that's quite interesting then. Is it worth pitting? Surely it's not worth pitting. Could be worth pitting? Could go softs. I mean, we'll only lose, I think, 2 places. Is it worth it? I mean, that's worked out nicely for the soft compound runners, to be honest. I think it'll depend on what the front guys do. I think we might lose 3 spots even. You know what? Let's risk it. Let's pit.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Right, so rain is predicted after the race then. Let's gamble it. Why not, eh? Like I said, I think we'll only lose the place to the Alpine, I think that is, as one of the Haas cars has box then. So we might not even lose too much from this. As they're going to pit as well, so we might not lose anything from this. It's got to get out ahead of that Haas though, which we have. So, yeah, now we're going to be on fresh softs and right in the ballpark. Right, here we go then. End of lap 6. We've got 3 laps worth of racing to go then in this sprint. And it is about to be green flag racing once again. Then we are going to be the fastest car, or sorry, the first car on fresh soft tyres. Our teammate behind Luke has also made the switch, but had to do it 1 lap earlier than us. So let's wait and see then on this restart. Are we going to all keep it clean and tidy? There is definitely places to be had. I'm just going to, I mean, look at this. This is just a recipe for front wing damage in front of me. But it is what it is, I suppose. Everyone's going to keep weaving like a maniac. Is it going to do anything, though, as we try and just balance the throttle? Come on, are we going? No, still not going. Wants to wait as long as possible, then. In that McLaren at the front of the field there. It is our championship leader, if I'm not mistaken. But there we go. Try and put the power down out of the final corner. Luckily a bit of breathing room behind us. But finally then, that really is not fun. On the restart, everyone trying to weave like a maniac, but they've kept it clean and tidy at the front of the field. We just got to be careful of any big dive bombs. There we go. That's a freebie. Thank you. And yeah, Jordan there. Big mistake that is going to compromise him. So now we've only got the medium runners in front of me again. So everyone should have a disadvantage. Oh, Ferrari in front of me hits the wall. That's going to cost him as we head down the hill in towards the final corner. Going to try and look to the inside there, but he's going to try and run himself through the corner. We need to try and get round him sooner rather than later. Or that's not going to be the place to do it. It's the Alpine up the road there. Is able to break free through the final couple of turns. Now we've just got to use plenty of battery and try and complete this move as we head back down in towards turn 1 there. But look at the Ferrari trying to use the battery as well. Here goes my teammate down the middle of us as we head back down in towards that first corner. And again, we're just going to have to sit back. I'm definitely running slightly higher wings on all the cars here, but is our teammate going to be able to get the run off the corner? He's going to try it to the inside already for turn 2, but not brave enough on the brakes there. Come on. We don't really want to be scrapping with each other. This has given the top 3 a big opportunity to break free there. That Ferrari is doing them a hell of a favour. This is so frustrating late on in the afternoon. Our teammates made a bit of a mistake as well. Are we going to be able to have a look back down the inside? See if we can try and switch him off the corner. No, way too much gum. Really?
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Just trying to drive into a gap that's never going to be there. Oh, I mean, I've come across the front, but it kind of feels like that's where I'm going to be going. And just desperate to keep the foot in. Well, we're going to be starting at the back then for the feature race. It's just so frustrating sometimes. Right, let's watch this battle then for the win here on the final lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We can see Medj really trying to defend the inside there. But I mean, surely it's just going to be about trying to keep as much battery as possible ready for the back straight there. As Barney wasting in the wings potentially on. I mean, don't know if this counts as a victory or not because it is only the sprint. But yeah, it's still very close between them there. As I've only just realised that MEJ was starting on those soft compound tyres as well there. So big gamble by both of the McLaren cars for the start of this one. Will it pay off come the checkered flag as Luke still hasn't found a way around the Ferrari car a bit further back? Of course, remember, top 8 score points from this sprint race there. So I don't think Jordan is going to score anyway. But that is so close to the inside wall there for MEJ as we head round in towards the final few corners. Will it be him or will it be the Mercedes car? I mean, Talentless as well is getting back into this on this final lap as well. You can see saving battery rapidly whilst the 2 in front of him are trying to use theirs. Let's have a look then with Barney right on board as we head down the hill. They're very close to the wall on the exit of the corner, but he has got a little bit of battery left in the pocket as we round our way through the final corner. That big snap oversteer again, but which car is going to try and take the victory here? I don't want to be looking at the car at the back. I don't know how to look behind him. As we round out of the final corner, though, it's going to be a battle of the slipstream. But Barney, he has got a big old run there on MEJ. Are we going to see him get towards the line? Not quite enough. 6 100ths of a second there by the look of it, as Talentless will just bag himself P3. Looks like Luke will get power loss there down towards the line by just 42 thousandths of a second as well. Hot Speed comes through for 6th there. Sheik in 7th there ahead of William, a final point scorer there. Risks and Jordan rounding out the finishes there, and yeah, myself, Nail, and Ambamble all not making it to the flag. Let's shift over into the feature race. Right, we're having a look then, ready for the main event, starting down in P10. I'm going to go with the alternate strat, mediums over then on, hards over onto mediums, ready for this one. I just want to stay out of trouble early on. It is quite clear that it's going to just be probably another quite chaotic event here from Baku, so if we can just try and keep it clean this time. Hopefully don't get turned. I'll have to have a look what happened after the race. I don't really know it's sort of what blame can be apportioned which way at the moment. I'll write more on if I'm saying stuff and then turns out I just came across him, but we're actually P11 for the start of this one, so I don't know. P11 makes sense. Sorry, I've apparently lost my memory. But yeah, let's do this thing. Hopefully we can actually see the checkered flag in this one. 26 more laps ahead of us. This could be about to get interesting again. Right, let's go again. Focus on the start. Looks like we've got some split strategies coming in as well. 5 red lights. No hold whatsoever there, but it is lights out and away we go. So Williams immediately going to get a very, very good start down in towards the first corner. Are we going to see some contact again? Oh, there is a little bit of wheel banging in front of me. McLaren again there tries just to make something happen. Are we? Sorry, yeah, really early on. Again, I just want to try and keep the front wing intact. That's not quite exactly what you want to do at the start there. We've got the Williams just behind us. We'll sit a little bit defensive. Sure he doesn't try anything as... Yeah, no, oh no, it hasn't been clean and tidy at the start. That's one car down immediately, 2 cars even. And that is a safety car. Got another safety car. Do I have 2 sets of medium compound tyres? That's the only thing I don't know. I don't think we can afford to gamble it. Oh. Apparently I'm just doing that as well under safety car now, so any places I had gained, I've just gone and lost again. Well done, Matt. There we go. Looks like quite a lot of cars into the pit lane at the end of lap 1, so not too sure what their strategy is. Looks like a lot of them are going over onto the hard compound tyres. Can they go to the end? Surely not on a set of hards, but we're now suddenly back up to P6. Oh, I've just seen a bit of front wing coming off. I think that's my teammate's car. Oh, dearie me. Right, safety car in then at the end of this lap. Are we going to see as chaotic a restart as we did last time? And is my teammate going to have to box at the end of this lap? We are one of the highest runners on the hard compound tyres that started on them. But again, I don't really know what everyone else behind us is trying to do. Whether they're then going to go back onto mediums later on in the race. But Barney, I think, is going to lead us on this restart this time around. Luke's holding up quite a lot of time behind. So I don't really quite know what's the plan. But let's just wait and see. Is that the final corner? Everyone now trying to weave to get some temperature into their tyres. Are we going? I think we're going. No, we're not. We're definitely not going. This is not great. As now we're going. So that's really cost the cars behind me quite a lot there, as just no one really knows what's happening around this circuit. We're going to get a good run on the Williams, though, back in towards the first corner. We'll have a look down the inside, see if we can make anything happen. Whoa, still got to be careful on the cold rubber. So Williams in front there almost hits the wall. I think this was the car that binned it in the sprint race yesterday, so we've got to try and keep this McLaren car behind. Actually now going to get a really big run on the Williams down in towards the next corner. Just try to sort of sit there and make it through, which we have done. Up now into P5 of this race. As Luke's definitely picked up damage then in this race, because he's causing a big train behind him already. Not that I'm complaining too much at the moment. Oh no, that won't be good. Is that another safety car? Yes, it is. Do we box now? Yeah, we could go mediums and then softs to the end, couldn't we? Well, box now then in this Grand Prix. I mean, 2 safety cars inside 4 laps is quite impressive, even by Baku standards. I got no idea what's going on tonight. Right, okay, so we've got even more cars then peeling into the pit lane. My plan was to just go to the end of about lap 18, lap 19. Oh, I've still got Delta enabled, haven't I? We need to wait for the front runners to catch up to the leaders. But are we going to potentially be able to now get a jump on any of those other cars that have peeled into the pit? I'm going to use battery, just how important it is that we get every inch of speed out of this thing as we can. So we've re-emerged behind Jordan. Barney's gone soft, so I'm guessing he might want to be trying to do the opposite of what I'm to go in for. But this is quite a gamble for us, because we have got no more sets of mediums. Oh, okay. Safety car in this lap then, so that is rather early on this restart. Not really worried about gaining anything on this restart, to be honest. I just want to survive it. Because, yeah, apparently it's just going to keep being like this in this race. Really low speed. I mean, yeah, obviously I know it's not real Formula 1, but it'd be so dangerous trying to do restarts at this speed in real-life Formula 1, because just no one can get temperature into the tyres. We've got the Williams behind us. Hopefully they're sort of on a similar wavelength to myself there, about just wait and see as to what happens. I mean, if you finish now, you're scoring points tonight. That's the situation we're in now. But there we go. We're going? I think we're going. I don't know whether we're going. I think we're going. We're going. I think we're going. I think we're going. We're going. We're going. Hooray! Alright, let's go again. Let's see what happens.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
And already down at turn 1. Alpine there, a little bit caught out. We've got Barney trying to make something happen on those softs. But again, I just want to try and keep the front wing clean. It looks like the Williams really struggling for grip and traction at those first couple of turns. Top 3 have bolted away again. Let's look at this, just so much moving around in towards the next corner. Oi! Just be careful. Easy does it, Matt. Let's try and get around the Williams. Thank you. He's going to keep the nose there. No, he's not. So, looks like Barney then back up to P4. He's probably going to be very, very quick over these next few laps. But 2 cars behind him, or between us even, on the mediums. Sorry, on the hard tyres. We're obviously on the mediums, so we can try and make something happen. Oh, Red Bull there. Big, big mistake up through the castle section. Are we going to be able to try and capitalise on this on the exit? You can see Jordan there might now be able to get to the inside. No, thinks better of it. No, does decide to go for it. That's a bit close. I just want to try and stay on the inside, ready for the next corner. Come on, bro, don't turn in on me. I understand he's got to make the corner at some point, but I was going to give him space. As you can see how much Jordan has been able to pull away immediately, but we will make it through. Careful on the throttle. But look at that, Barney's already pulled out 4 seconds in under a lap because of all this going on. But we are now through. We're under P6 then, so a pretty successful safety car restart this time round. But like I said, we just need to try and keep it clean and tidy. Hopefully now we're going to be one of the quickest cars either set of tyres towards the end of this race. But it's still a long old way to go. We haven't even finished the equivalent of the sprint yet. Which, to be fair, I didn't manage in the sprint either. And the Red Bull appears to be out of this thing then. So given up, not too sure why. Plenty still probably will happen. Oh, and there we go. That's exactly what I mean. McLaren immediately straight round. And now we are into P5. Oh! I think Barney might have lost his front wing there. Just see a Mercedes front wing flying down the circuit. I think he'd already picked up damage earlier on. But yeah, that might be another freebie then. So he's probably going to have to go hards to the end of this Grand Prix if he's even got any left. This might promote us into P4, but definitely quicker than the Haas car as well in front of him. We just got to hope that this race comes towards me. That's all we've got to do at the moment. Talentless and MEJ still quite far away up at the front of the field, but I feel like we're getting there. Now I'm by myself, and now of course we can monitor that gap to P2 as well. Well, I don't quite know if MEJ's inside the DRS of Talentless just yet, but the gap is coming down to at least the 1 car. Second a lap faster than the Haas as well. Just got to keep going. Oh, Barney's gone as soon as he set fastest lap. So that was approval point, or he's disconnected. We have finally closed up the gap then to Sheik Leo in this Grand Prix as we wind our way through the final couple of turns. Tyres are starting to give up the ghost. I don't know whether it's worth extending and going then onto the softs, or whether it's worth pitting and going back over onto those hards to see us through to the checkered flag as well. There we go. Haas car into the pit lane then at the end of that lap. 11 more to go here from, I almost said Bahrain then, but that's definitely not right. Gap to the 2 in front is starting to open up again slightly, but it's just as our tyres start to reach the end of their usable life. If those 2 battle though, who knows what might happen. Of course, 2 different winners from the first 2 races this season. There's plenty still to be decided, was the word I was looking for there. So there we go, Barney's back. There we go, Talentless into the pits at the end of lap 16. MEJ is going to try and extend at least 1 lap longer. Probably will box at the end of the next lap, as I'm guessing Talentless also jumping over onto mediums. We should still be on softer tyres than everyone else towards the end, but yeah, these tyres aren't providing as long a lifespan as I thought they would. Our tyre wear warning light has just flashed up as MEJ going to try and go another one then in this race. I think Barney has now gone from this afternoon's running. Surprised that's not a safety car, to be honest, based on where he is, but it is what it is. Is MEJ surely not able to go to the end? Surely not. We're just starting to lose a bit too much time to Leo behind. I think we're going to box at the end of this lap. 8 laps to the checkered flag on a set of soft compound tyres. Doesn't sound ridiculous, but it is still going to be quite a push there, as these tyres have only done, what, 12 laps or so? And they are pretty worn out. And of course, remember, a couple of those were under safety car, but MEJ still not pitting. I do now genuinely believe that McLaren is basically going to try and no-stop this race there. Pit the end of lap 1, has not been back in, as make sure I don't get a 5-second penalty. But yeah, where are we going to come out then in comparison to Sheik Leo in this race? This is definitely still a battle for the podium. Of course, we should have a big advantage early on when we head out of the pits, but we're probably going to lose some towards the end of the race. As he heads down in towards turn 1. He's going to be close on pit exit. Of course, we're going to have cold tyres to contend with, though. But we are through. We're up into P3. It has been a race of attrition up to now. Hopefully I'm not going to be the next one out. As are we going to see the Haas car get the run on me? I'm not going to try and defend it on the cold rubber. We should hopefully be able to get him back at the end of the lap, and I might. I'm being really strategic, trying to set myself up for new fastest lap of the day. But again, we've just got to try and nurse these tyres through to the flag. That'll make things easier. Cheers, mate. We'll be back through. Reset the car. Don't know if that's allowed. It's the only other real thing we can do then in the dying stages of this race is try and reclaim fastest lap. I say reclaim, claim it for the first time. I'm going to use a load of battery this time round. Okay, MEJ into the pits then, late on in the day. I saw he'd lost a load of time to Talentless there, so I don't know if he's hit the wall or just had something else happen, but we're trying to use a load of battery to make sure we get new fast lap of the day. And we're going to be able to P2 then. So MEJ now also on a set of softs. Unfortunately, he's probably going to nab my fastest lap back towards the end. But could we somehow walk away with P2 here? Talentless now, as long as he doesn't do anything stupid, surely he's going to have an easy walk to the flag. Guess the real question now then, with 4 laps to go, is will MEJ get to me? And will he nab my fastest lap back as we head over the start-finish line? Not convinced he'll take the fastest lap back. We did use a lot of battery. No, he's taking it by like 2/10. MEJ, you are going to keep it PG. 3 laps to go then, the gap down to under 2.5 seconds here. What I'm going to try and do is just, I have been saving battery over these last couple laps in case he gets close. But if the gap's getting close to a second through those final couple of corners, I'm going to try and just use a squirt of ERS just to keep him out of the range. Doesn't really matter when we get to the final lap, he will be there. It's just a fact unless he does something crazy. But if we can just keep him out of that DRS range for as long as possible, don't allow him any free time. Oh, Jordan's gone late on in the day. Unfortunate for them, but it's another car we were in a bit of a battle with. There's the gap now, 1.5 seconds. No safety car though, too late in the day. Oh, tyre wear warning lights come back up, and now MEJ is within 1 second of us. We've got next to no fuel either. Next to no ERS either. Try and keep him at bay on this final lap. This is going to come down to the wire. Once again, we've got yellow flags. I think someone else has done something. Whoa! What was that? Did I nick the curb? No, we're going to lose the podium. What was that? What happened? I've got no idea what happened. In towards turn 1, the back end just completely spat round. We haven't had a puncture or anything like that. The podium's going to go away from us. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Final lap of this race, and the back end's just turned round on me. When am I going to get some luck in this series there? We're going to lose the place to the Haas car that, of course, we had the contact with in the sprint. I don't get that. I don't get what happened there. Like I said, did I just nick the curb? It honestly just felt like the car just rotated around on me in an instant. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. So heartbroken. We fought valiantly throughout the entirety of that one. Kept it clean, kept it tidy, and I really thought we were going to get rewarded with a big result here, but no, the tyres are gone. Tyres are completely gone. We definitely weren't going to hold on ahead of MEJ on this final lap, but we definitely were going to hang on ahead of Sheik Leo in this race, but I cannot believe that. We weren't... I didn't feel like we'd engine broke too much or anything like that. The car just spat me around. Talentless is going to take a second win of the year. They're very well deserved in that Alpine, but clearly these tyres have completely gone on this final lap. Just ease it nice and tidy through. We've got nothing ready to gain this late on in the day. 7 cars are going to finish here in Azerbaijan. There as Hotshot gets the jump. I don't know what's going on with that, but down out towards the finish line then. P4. That is gutting, truly gutting. Well, there we go then, having a look at our final race results. Talentless takes the dub ahead of MEJ there when all is said and done. Hotspeed somehow beat me. Oh no, that was based on points obviously from the sprint as well. We come through for P4 there. Congrats to Sheik Leo, I think that's his first race there with a podium. Nail and Amber Bale, I don't really know how to pronounce their name, I apologise, will round out the finishes there with Jordan, Omar, Luke and Trap, Risks and Barney all not making it through to the checkered flag when all is said and done. But thank you all so much for watching. That has been an incredibly long race here from WOR, but we will return very, very soon with more league racing action. That podium continues to haunt.